Your Kansas City Chiefs are jetting off for the West Coast tomorrow as the much-anticipated Super Bowl 58 rematch goes down in the Bay. Game day designations for the Chiefs and the Niners were announced earlier today. We're going to bring you those notes, plus the latest Week 7 news now. What is up, Chiefs Kingdom? Happy Friday. I'm Hayley Lewis, and this is Chiefs News Daily. T-minus 48 hours. The Chiefs are going to kick off Sunday afternoon against the 49ers, and there is a lot to catch up on before game time. So first, give us a like and subscribe right here on the KCSN YouTube channel, and let's get into it. It is Friday. Y'all know what that means. It's Fast Friday. Head coach Andy Reid in and out, so we're going to get right into it. Here is Big Red bringing you the latest Chiefs updates you need to know ahead of Sunday's road game in San Francisco.
JuJu had a hamstring spasm yesterday, but practiced today, so he'll be listed as questionable, however, on the sheet there. Listen, we look forward to playing the 49ers. They're a heck of a football team, well coached, had a good week of practice, and so again, we look forward to going out there and playing a good game. So that time's yours.
With JuJu being back in practice, you feel pretty good about him being able to play?
Yeah, I think it'll be fun. Yeah.
Okay. What's the likelihood that you might even still see a Nico Remigio or a Justin Ross on Sunday?
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, we're going to listen to his question. We'll just in case something comes up. But he did good today, so we'll see how he does tomorrow. Right? But he was good today. All right. Okay.
All right, game day designations also come out on Friday, so let's take a peep at the Chiefs and the Niners injury report. If you're looking for more clarity, remember inactives come out around 90 minutes prior to kickoff on Sunday, so expect more information surrounding those players designated as questionable/doubtful to come out then. For the Chiefs, defensive end Mike Danna has been on the list all week. Coach Reid shared on Monday that the fifth-year defensive lineman is nursing a pec strain. Danna missed Week 4 against the Chargers, but he did play in Week 5 against the Saints. Now, wide receiver JuJu Smith-Schuster, that's a little bit of a shock. That was added on Thursday. He was a limited participant due to a hamstring injury. NFL Network's Ian Rappaport gave an update on the 27-year-old this morning. Take a listen.
He has been important for the Chiefs. He popped up in the injury report yesterday with a hamstring, a limited participant. Generally, that is a bad sign. You get a hamstring injury during the middle of the week. Being able to play just a couple days later, not great, but more information as it comes on JuJu and KC.
You know when you discover a new binge-worthy show or a song that you bump on repeat and you have to share it with your friends so they can experience just how awesome it is? That's kind of what it feels like when you discover Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for $15 a month when you purchase a 3-month plan. That's such an awesome deal, there's no way you can keep it to yourself. Friends don't let friends overpay for wireless. Say bye-bye to your overpriced wireless plan and switch to Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile is here to rescue you and your squad with premium wireless plans starting at $15 a month. To get this new customer offer and your new 3-month premium wireless plan for just $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/KCSNCND. That's mintmobile.com/KCSNCND. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/KCSNCND. $45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details.
All right, it is Friday, so we're keeping it fun. I got a cool interview for you. Earlier this week, I spoke with my friend Brett Yaris, who is the former co-owner at Pro Football Network. Now he works as a football technique coach. So Brett teaches the blend of behavioral science and NFL football, working directly with NFL players, coaches, and agents. So his work includes on-field behavior analytic technique training, proprietary analytics, and prediction modeling. He joins me now to share the behavioral science behind the Chiefs' success and why Sunday's game against the 49ers is so important. Take a listen. You know, the Niners haven't beaten the Chiefs in 10 years, and they lose both of the last trips that they made to the Super Bowl to the same team. It has to sting a little bit, and although, you know, the players and all the cliche things we hear at the podium, it doesn't matter. It was last year. It has to creep in, doesn't it?
Yeah, without question. I mean, you got to remember, these teams, and you know this, Hayley, right? these teams have all kinds of public relations people who make sure the players say the right things or try to have them say the right things. But yes, this matters. I mean, it's definitely weighing on Kyle Shanahan to a huge degree. I'm very familiar with Kyle and the QB collective coaches, right? His consortium of the Sean McVays, right, of the world. And I can tell you, this is it's a big deal for him. He's very competitive, and to get to the Super Bowl twice as a head coach and lose it both times to the same franchise, it stings, it hurts. And there's no question he's got a little bit of extra intensity. I don't know that he is going to try to push that onto the players and put that pressure on the players. He does a really nice job of trying to keep them in the moment, keep them here and now.
Sure.
But that doesn't mean they don't know about it. They're on social media. They're paying attention. And the Chiefs players, I think Pat did a great job in his presser, right, giving a lot of praise to Brock Purdy and to the to the organization in San Francisco and all those things. But there's no doubt when you're talking about a Super Bowl, you're talking about a Super Bowl that went into overtime. When you're talking about a Super Bowl that went into overtime and you had the Chiefs dead to rights on 4th down, right? And Pat Mahomes makes that great play on the option. Though it's not just that it happened, it's how it happened. And there's no doubt that it's definitely in the thought and in the mindset of these guys going forward.
Now, you mentioned social media, and that's such a double-edged sword, right? It can be so helpful in so many ways, but also for these players, it's got to be something that, it's almost like you have to just distance yourself from it. Because as you know, in football, it's not only the skill set that you bring to the team, it's the ability to mentally be able to power through the longevity of the season, the outside noise, having a family, all these different things that go on. You work with players on that mental stability and just those different things that you have to strengthen in your mind. How do you think that the players this weekend, knowing what they know about this game, going into it, are going to be able to compartmentalize that?
Yeah, I think if you're talking about organizations that are better at it than others,
sure,
the Chiefs are right there at the top, right? And a lot of that is behavioral momentum that they've built over years and years of success. And that starts with Andy Reid, right? It starts with Brett Veach. And what Andy's done is he's created this incredible performance environment where the key pieces that make that environment go are in place and they've been successful. So any new pieces that come into that Kansas City environment are stepping into something that's established. They don't have to feel pressure that they've got to help build it up. When you've got Pat Mahomes year in and year out, establishing himself as, for my money, the best quarterback I've ever seen, right? Andy Reid up there is one of the best coaches that's ever coached in this game. Travis Kelce, one of the best tight ends. Chris Jones on defense. Nick Bolton, that linebacker, right? You start to create this culture in this environment where the pressure actually goes off of you. These games, this week 7 game for the Chiefs, I mean, these guys have won Super Bowls, right? So like they see this as a week 7 matchup that they got to get through as they continue to figure out who they're going to be come December, January, February. The 49ers, on the other hand, while they've been successful, they have the pressure of never having gotten to the big game with this environment. This Kyle Shanahan, John Lynch created environment. And they've been trying to tinker with pieces. It was the Jimmy Garoppolo years. It was the drafting of Trey Lance. We got to go with Brock Purdy because he stepped up. We're going to trade for Christian McCaffrey, right? You can see that over the course of time, they've been tinkering with this environment. They're trying to figure out what's going to get them over the top. The Chiefs don't have that pressure, right? The Chiefs sit there. They know they've been at the top. They are at the top as we speak right now. So for them, their mindset is less about how do we do this versus let's go do what we do. Where the 49ers have to think a little bit more about how do we do this? How do we get to the pinnacle of this mountain? And that's a hard part for Kyle Shanahan too, because you want them to think that way, but you also don't want them to think of week 7 as a Super Bowl, because it's not. It's still just week 7. Win or lose, it's an out-of-conference game. They still have a whole season to play. So those are the things that you got to think about. And the last thing I'll say about it is behavioral momentum is the same as physical momentum. The more and more it continues unimpeded, the stronger it gets. And you need a big, eventually it gets to a certain point of strength where you need a big enough obstacle to veer it off course. It's got to be big enough. So for the Chiefs, they lose this game. That's not a big enough obstacle to take them off this path that they've been on, this momentous path. For the 49ers, this has not been the start of the season that they wanted. Christian McCaffrey's on IR. They've lost a couple games they feel like they probably should have won. They're not as efficient as they typically are. So a loss here probably means a little bit more to them than it does to the Chiefs.
Alrighty, folks, that does it for another episode of Chiefs News Daily. As always, we will be back again after the weekend. In the meantime, like and subscribe right here on the KCSN YouTube channel. Have a good weekend, go Chiefs, and we'll see you here on Monday.